Wow, okay, to follow up this excitement, guess what? We have a special guest. We have the White House in the house. I know. So we have the senior advisor to the CTO from the White House Office of Science and Technology, John Farmer, joining us for a quick, brief second to say hello, which is a total surprise. It's not in your printed brochure, but if you had the app, you would know that it would be in there. But just so you know, I want to tell you a little bit about John before I bring him on stage, because he did fly all the way from DC to join us today. He serves as a senior advisor to the US Chief Technology Officer, who we all know is Todd Park, and he is obviously based out in the White House. In his role, he spearheads a set of administrative-wide innovation initiatives, including the Presidential Innovation Fellows Program. Some of you might be aware of it. Previously, he served as a senior advisor to the healthcare reform, which is really important, at the US Office of Personnel Management, and he focused on economic issues, healthcare information technology, and healthcare, delivering system reform. Prior to Washington, John worked in the big NYC, the Big Apple, as an investment management industry for Credit Suisse and Lehman Brothers, good thing he got out, where he founded and co-led a new business unit. He also plays professional baseball, okay, I didn't know this, and is shortstop in the Los Angeles Dodgers and Atlanta Braves minor league systems, where he compiled a 344 career batting average. That part's impressive. But since I'm Canadian, I actually have no idea how important that is because I only watch hockey. But anyway, originally from Pittsburgh, John earned his MBA with honors from Columbia Business School and his AB with honors from Harvard. Without any further ado, bringing the White House on stage, John Farmer, please join us.
Hello. Thank you, Charose, for reading my entire bio. The benefit of being a last-minute addition, I guess. So I'm so happy to be here at Women 2.0, speaking to all of you, people who believe in the power of technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, and the potential for progress, and the power of each of us to do great things. I don't want to bury the lead, so let me start by saying the White House is looking for amazing, talented innovators and entrepreneurs, people to throw their hats into the ring for round 2 of the Presidential Innovation Fellows Program. We opened up for applications last week, and they'll be accepting them through March 17th. So please go to whitehouse.gov/innovationfellows. It's on the screen there. Learn everything you can. Apply early. Apply often. Please. So the reason I'm here is that Todd Park, the aforementioned Todd Park. How many people here know Todd Park, have heard him speak? Yes, Todd is amazing. For those of you who have not had the pleasure, make a point of figuring out a way to do so. Todd, I, our colleagues, all the way up to President Obama, we're a lot like you. We heart innovation, and we believe that entrepreneurship can move our country forward. That's why the administration's taken a number of steps to support startups. From the Affordable Care Act, freeing individual entrepreneurs from the fear of being denied health care coverage, to giving small businesses tax relief. New rules on crowdfunding, which are coming, easing the path to initial public offerings, the president's call for comprehensive immigration reform, which includes stapling a green card to every advanced STEM degree, and a startup visa to make sure that the jobs of the future are created here in California and all across the United States. Now, the private sector can be a powerful force for good, but that's not the only way to create meaningful change. That base layer of society, it's also key, the platform upon which everything else is built. Government, done right, does not impede individual liberty, but empowers it. A 21st century government requires all hands on deck. That's why 2 weeks ago, we co-hosted a Tech Inclusion Summit with the Level Playing Field Institute at the White House to bring people together from a variety of backgrounds to move forward on our shared goals. Studies have shown again and again that a diverse team, one that approaches problems from a variety of perspectives, outperforms a homogeneous team. So as we're trying to develop new and better ways of doing things, we know we can't maximize our national potential without the inclusion of all Americans. That means people who have experience in government and those who don't. That means the young and the not so young. That means Latinos, blacks, whites, Native Americans, Asian Americans, and more. It means men, and it means women. Now, on a personal note, you may have noticed that I'm not female myself. I wasn't so blessed. But I do have a mother, and she had a mother as well. My grandmother's name was Betty. She was a very bright woman, and she graduated from high school at age 15 and college at 19. But the only job available was as a secretary. And this was during the Depression, so that's what she did. A generation later, my own mom, Connie, graduated from college and wanted to apply to business school. This was in the late 1960s. But when she wrote to her top choice, she received a letter back from the dean explaining that the business school did not admit women. He suggested that secretarial school would be more appropriate. My mom never did go into business or secretarial work, but she went on to be an urban planner and an attorney and a professor, not to mention a wonderful mother. All the while, she kept that letter, the one that rejected her based solely on her gender. Simply put, it is wrong to deprive anyone of opportunity by making judgments on anything but ability. And it's misguided to deprive our society of the value such talented people can add. That's why I care about ensuring equal opportunity and why I'm so proud of the progress made in recent decades. Progress that has led to gatherings like the one here today and to laws like the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. But still, there's further to go. And I hope we can count on you, the folks here in this room today, to be involved, to promote openness and inclusion, to push for progress, to do good. And there are a number of ways to do that. For example, you can join your local Startup America partnership. You can volunteer to teach STEM to young people, particularly those who are in communities that are historically underrepresented in science, technology, engineering, and math. Or, and this is relatively new, you can serve a tour of duty to directly affect the role that technology and innovation play in government. Organizations like Code for America, Fuse Corps, the Mayor's Innovation Fellows right here in San Francisco are doing this up and down the government stack. Inspired by some of these programs and inspiring two others, last year we launched this new program. We called it the Presidential Innovation Fellows, to team top innovators and entrepreneurs from the private sector with top innovators in government for 6 to 12-month tours of duty to collaboratively develop solutions to pressing national priorities. Now, this Fellows program is an incubator of sorts, but instead of spinning up companies, we're spinning up projects that do public good, that save lives, save taxpayer dollars, and help fuel job growth in the private sector. These aren't projects in theory. We're not asking people to have blind faith. We're actually identifying up front big, important issues and letting folks kick the tires a bit and see if this stirs their passions. In the first round, we had 5 projects, and I'm thrilled to report that the teams we built moved the ball forward in big ways in just 6 months. They opened up government data, making more liquid and freely available to entrepreneurs and developers to fuel the creation of products, services, and apps, and the jobs that go with them. For an idea of what's possible with open data, just check out alpha.data.gov. Fellows also made it easier for high-growth startups to sell to the federal government using a new marketplace called RFP-EZ. If you're a web services startup, there are open contracts on there right now, and they take most folks less than 10 minutes to complete. You can learn more at rfpez.sba.gov. Fellows worked to connect Americans to government services and information through a new service called MyUSA, so that people won't have to spelunk through the org chart of government to find what they need, but government will deliver what's right for them right when they need it. Working with USAID, they moved some of the last mile of some foreign aid payments from cash to mobile money, which reduces administrative costs as well as theft and violence, and promotes financial inclusion in developing countries, which lifts up women in particular. Fellows also empowered millions of Americans with secure access to their own health information, so that people can download or share with the click of a blue button. We call this My Data. It's a simple idea with profound implications. Our first round of fellows have accomplished a great deal. We appreciate each and every one of them, along with the agency partners who made such game-changing progress possible. But we recognized in the initial round of the program we had neither enough female applicants nor enough female fellows. So we held a series of Women in Tech roundtables in San Francisco and New York and Washington. to get feedback and ideas on where we could improve. That's what led us to a longer application period, language reviews to check for unintended bias, more flexible work arrangements, and that's what led me to be here right now. For the upcoming second round of Presidential Innovation Fellows, we're looking for change agents to build upon the work of the first class and also to develop 5 new projects. In the second round, a pair of fellows will work collaboratively with stakeholders to set standards to enable the development of cyber-physical systems, the industrial internet, which GE estimates could add as much as $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. Others will pre-position tech solutions, similar to how we pre-position medical supplies and sandbags ahead of the next Hurricane Sandy-style emergency, to save lives, mitigate economic damage, and speed recovery. Fellows will help save massive amounts of taxpayer money by developing a new process that streamlines how large-scale financial accounting systems get implemented. They will develop an innovation toolkit to empower civil servants with the tech tools they need to have greater bang for each taxpayer buck. And they will apply venture capital-style staged financing, revolutionary concept, to the world of international aid in order to produce better outcomes. We like to say that our goal is a government that moves at Silicon Valley speed. Maybe that's hyperbole, maybe that's too ambitious, but that doesn't mean that government can't learn from the startup community, and it doesn't mean it can't emulate the best practices of the startup world. We want a government that employs lean and agile and everything that leads to better results. The American people deserve a government that ships. The key is talent. We're looking for developers, yes, but also for user experience folks, for project managers, for process re-engineering experts, and more. We're looking for skills, not resumes. There are few opportunities in life to make an impact on this scale. The challenges are audacious, exciting, and rewarding. Millions of real people could be positively affected by what a Presidential Innovation Fellow does during her 6 to 12 months. Several years ago, soon-to-be President Barack Obama said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." I know that some of you in this audience can help us find amazing change agents to do this work, great women in particular. We're asking you to please do just that. But others here don't have to send any emails or messages. You don't have to write up any lists or make any phone calls, because some of you in this audience are the people we need. You are the ones we're waiting for. It's going to take a team effort, and it's going to require diversity of perspectives and backgrounds. It's going to require women and men. It's going to require all of us together. I'm asking you to apply. Become a Presidential Innovation Fellow. Change the world, because your country needs you. Thank you.
I'm on here. I so wish I had your speechwriter. That was incredible.
That was me.
So, testing 1, 2, we're back. Anyway, what I was saying was I really wish I had a speechwriter. That was incredible, inspiring, very informative. Thank you again, John, for flying all the way in. So we're just going to go back to my slides here. Nope, but you can find him over there. And he'll be at the cocktail hour. If we can just go back to my slides on my computer, thank you. So that gives the closing to the content part of the conference. Very shortly, we will now be announcing the winners of the Pitch SF competition. Now, before I do that, I want everyone to just take a moment, because it feels like yesterday we were here on stage with Fran talking about Match.com, and we were talking to Kara with Selena about SurveyMonkey and Evite. And it's been, I don't know, a long day, but I think we learned a lot, right? We talked to Michelle, who went from 0 to billion in terms of her users, how people who were early at Facebook learned how to take their product to 1 billion users. And we even just got to see so many interesting pitches, again, not from just San Francisco, but all other places in the US, including Vietnam, London. And I think there's lots to be said and learned from people who come up on stage, sometimes for the first time. We heard all about this Series A crunch that sometimes is only Silicon Valley based, but now we know it's a bigger issue and something that you gotta all think about in your startups. And we heard from startups you probably wouldn't normally hear from, all the way out in Latin America. So I don't know about you, but my brain is full. But I hope you really enjoyed all the content today. So, are you guys nervous and exciting and waiting for what I'm going to talk about next? I'm going to talk about the winners. So, what we're going to do first is recognize the winners from the Pitch San Francisco competition who won because of your Twitter votes. But first, before I do that, I'm going to tell you what they get. So, the winner for the People's Choice Award, based on the Twitter votes, gets $3,000 worth of office furniture from Turnstone. So for whoever's from Turnstone, thank you. Please raise your hand for that gift. I can't see, so thank you. The other part of the gift is actually 2 seats to work at an incredible co-working space in the peninsula called Next GSV. And I know we're sitting right here, so thank you to Next GSV for that. So to announce the winner, I'm going to go as slow as possible. I'm going to bring on Rebecca to reveal the winner. She's so excited. Don't bring that mic near me because I think it'll screech. Just keep it further away.
I'm really not going to say much. I'm just going to say I'm really excited. Thank you for voting. We had well over 1,000 votes. So awesome. You're incredible. And I know it was not just here, but also on stage. Our People's Choice Award, our people who will be camping out at Nest GSV and having a better seat to do it in. It is Be a Sport.
Woo. Come on up to the stage.
If Cheryl's in the house. You should know this. She's a fitness buff. She's a triathlete. She's also the mom of 4. I think she's just absolutely incredible.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so moving on to the top winners. So just a reminder, for this competition, there were 290 applications. That's the highest we've had so far. 25% from San Francisco, 8% from New York, 42% from California overall, 3% from Washington State. Got it. 5% from Spanish-speaking countries. Bueno. Other cities included London, Tel Aviv, Hong Kong, Singapore, Seoul, Amman. I don't know how to say that city there. Accra, Moscow.
Moscow.
Yeah. No, I don't know how to say this one.
Aviahuela.
Right. I don't even know where that is. Anyway, that's exciting. So we had basically 28 countries, 27 different US states. That is diversity, people.
Women are everywhere and they're killing it.
And we did involve 30 different judges from different venture capital firms, seed investors, et cetera. And so from that work, what we did is we had the 10 that were on today that you saw. And you saw the 5 go up first and the 5 in the afternoon, and those judges went into the back room and spent time thinking really hard about who they wanted to hypothetically invest money in. And so in the end, there's going to be one winner announced who goes home with the top prize based on the judges. What do they get for winning the top prize? So what we arranged is 2 things, two special meetings. One is which we mentioned earlier with Mark Andreessen from Andreessen Horowitz, who you probably could never get a meeting with unless you actually knew him. So that's exciting. The second important meeting we arranged is with Esther Dyson, who's an iconic investor who I would say lives in Silicon Valley, but actually she lives on a plane because she's always around the world. So we're excited to offer those 2 prizes. The second prize that you will get, to whoever you are in the audience, dear winner, is business development services for fundraising and establishing relationships with corporate partners through, again, Nest GSV. It actually includes 2 desks, voice over IP, because you're going to probably call internationally, Wi-Fi, front desk support, and all this great stuff, including a gym which we all know is always hard to find when you're an entrepreneur, except if you have a BS Sport on, of course. And all that is valued at $10,000 whopping dollars. The third prize that we have arranged is from Dorsey Whitney. Is anyone from Dorsey Whitney in the audience? Right there, awesome. So Start at Dorsey Whitney is a program that they've created to help startups get going. And so they're providing services to help you get started. And for those of you who've started your company, you know those lawyers are pricey. So they're basically offering $10,000 referral and 10% off all other fees. And the final gift, which is a really fun one, the finalists each get a Lumo back so that they're sitting up straight at their desks. And with that, are you ready to hear the finalists? Winner for Pitch SF. Rebecca, take it away.
So I have to say, this was the closest competition I've ever been a part of in the last 2 years that we've done this. 2 of the finalists were so close, and it's very hard to not want to celebrate all 10 of them, because I'm sure you all know all 10 of them are incredible. But our overall winner is, Lindsay, I hope you're ready for it, Angaza Design.
Well done. Oh my God. Emerging markets, here we come. And that was not planted. Okay. So, in the end, I want to definitely move on to my next slide. Oh, what happened? With all this excitement, I definitely want to spend the moment to thank our sponsors. Again, our biggest sponsors for this conference are the wonderful people at Bing, who are probably in the audience. Please raise your hand somewhere. I really can't see. And then, of course, the wonderful people at Google for Entrepreneurs. Thank you to the both of you for making today happen. And as we mentioned, a couple other quick sponsors, Eventbrite, Turnstone, Dorsey, Nest GSV, Unoodle, who powered our startup competition online. Thank you for that. AT&T, who sponsored a number of tickets in the audience, and Andreessen Horowitz, as we know. So, again, on Friday, we're going to have the Founder Friday at the Zoosk office here in San Francisco, so please do join us and sign up online. And my final thank you is to the volunteers. So if you talk to anyone in a green shirt, those are our volunteers who put in countless hours the day before, the day of, making badges, all sorts of insane things we make them do to make today happen. And it wouldn't have happened without you. So all of you who are volunteer, please stand up. Can't see anything. Thank you for your time, your effort, your energy. And of course to the team, Seppi, who put together this entire conference from beginning to end. Thank you. Angie and Katrina for powering the content online and the social media. And Lauren for, of course, supporting Seppi and all the logistics, and of course Rebecca for putting on the competition. With that, we are done for today. Enjoy the cocktails. Thank you. Test. Of course, one last thing. Thank you to the Westin for hosting us, and the AV people in the back, PSV. You guys are amazing. Thank you.